My name is Jo Toomey and I work within the Education Department at Dublin Northwest Partnership. As part of that role, I would sit on the TUSLA-led Child and Family Support Network. It was a group of professionals who would meet maybe once a quarter, and we would talk about how we could collaborate and work together.
Persistently, at every meeting we went to, they were all talking about the work they could provide in Cabra, and it's excellent work. But unfortunately, we had no premises or organisation in Cabra where they could provide that services. I see what they're doing in other places, and it's fantastic. And we were lacking that.
We have virtually no resources. It is a very underfunded community. There's a lot of needs in Cabra. We needed play therapists. We need a one-stop shop. We need where if a kid has an issue and the mammy doesn't have the whereabouts to get herself there, or to arrange it, or to look for the resources. There's where you go. Here's a flyer. I'll tell you where to go. Go in that one room. It's all going to be available. We have to make it as easy as we can.
It's long been recognised that there's been a lack of community facilities in Cabra. And through our involvement with various community groups and residents in the area, Dublin North West Partnership got behind an application process for a family resource centre. The project sits under Goal 1 of the CICAP programme and hits on a number of the horizontal themes, including the human rights and equality framework, quality community development approaches and collaboration.
Within that then, the partnership and CICAP supports are able to facilitate those meetings. It's a really nice way of gathering data and involving community in research that is then used to advocate for, in this case, a family resource centre for Cabra.
My main contribution was my history with Cabra, and due to that fact then I was able to identify all the local stuff that would be of help to the application.
We kind of set about looking at, what can we use, what's available, and how can we use it to work towards this goal. So one of the things was TUSLA has a participation funding, a seed funding programme that comes up every year. So I kind of came up with the idea of, why don't we use that to go some way towards creating a needs analysis? So we'd heard that the needs analysis was a really important part of the application for Family Resource Centre funding. I had discovered Dr. Maria Quinlan's work for the partnership, and she had used something called Photo Voice, and I just happened to come across that. Photo Voice is using photos to express how a group of people feel about a particular topic. The benefits of it is it cuts through literacy. So I wanted something that everybody could participate in and everybody could feel comfortable in their participation. You take a photo, you don't have to write anything, and you just discuss what that photo means to you. It was so important. It was the voice of the community of Cabra rather than a group of professionals sitting around a table deciding what a community needs. I was aware that it was such a huge piece of work to compile all of that, and not my speciality, and I wouldn't have the capacity to do it in my work anyway. So that's when I got the partnership involved.
None of it would have happened without the help of the partnership. You know, that was exceptional.
Using Photo Voice methodology, we gathered the lived experience of community groups and residents in the area. What that allowed us to do was to see what a successful application would mean to them.
There was a lot that went into the application process. So there was the piece of research that I've spoken about. Then there was also canvassing all of the local politicians. There was, I suppose we needed to identify a suitable premises. And that wasn't particularly easy, but we were successful in that.
They brought in Dr. Maria Quinlan and others, and they compiled the needs analysis, which eventually resulted in a successful application.
It was a team effort, but it was a good team, and the good team got the result.
That's the beauty of this programme. It's going to bring all these needy people together in one hub. Here's your facility. If the powers that be seen that the difference these things can bring to people's lives, it's life-changing. life-saving.
We're very grateful for the consistent commitment of all the participants in the Photo Voice research. Without this, the project would not have got over the line. Finally, we'd like to thank TUSLA for their careful consideration and approval of the application.